Welcome back to Four Cities, Railway Empire 2, The Flying Scotsman. Well, we're doing really good right now in the game. London got double-digit growth going on here, and this is good. In fact, we've already hooked up most of the south of England. Made a push up here to York, and one of the things we're doing is establishing an express line to get a transport, 640 passengers, and get York up to 50,000. So there's two things we have to do. First, we got to get up to Edinburgh, and then we're also going to make our way over to here, and we need to purchase this. Let's just get that out of the way right now. Access to Wales, because we want to go over here and pick up Manchester, Liverpool, and Holyhead. Okay, so as we make our way up to Scotland, we have a choice here. We can either come over here and pick up these Wales lines. There's, what, 3 cities in a row here that we can pick up, or just go straight up here and pick up Edinburgh, which I think that's what we're going to do, is go grab Edinburgh first. And along the way, we're going to pick up some stations, little supplies along the way. There's that one. Here's some corn. Let's get our hands on that. And also this little milk stop here. Turn things around this way. And we want to stretch this out as far as we can. We don't want to get caught up in those lowlands there. There we go. And then let's see if we can get our station into Edinburgh here. Okay. Good. Ha! Our competitor doesn't like the fact that we're in Edinburgh already. Extend our station out 5 miles. And then we also want to get the other platform going. Okay. So we're going to go from York all the way up through here to get that line established. And then afterwards, we'll make our way west and pick up these cities over here. Okay. We've been hanging out in London, building up capital, and the reason is we're going to purchase another industry here. I think we have enough money. Let's see. Nope, not quite. We want the dairy, and the reason is right over here. We've got a dairy farm right here, and so our transport time back to the factory is quite low, and that's good. Now, there's not a whole lot of demand for this yet. Let's go ahead and get it in there. Let's put it right here, right next to our buddy. And our competitor there will also buy the product. But yeah, this will be important. Let's take a look here at London, what the population is. Okay, 50,000. But let's see, so milk, yeah, no problem. But how about actually cheese? 65,000. We don't even have a city of 65,000 yet. However, when we do get these built up, that's when we can really hit the supply on that. So for now, we'll just transport back and forth regular milk supplies that many other people need. In fact, we should probably get our warehouse going over here in London as well. Build up some more cow. Okay, so we've got the line all the way built up to Edinburgh, except for this one little stretch. And so let's finish that. And we will need a supply depot or two. But the first thing we need to do is get this express line. Now, I don't have any expectations. It's not like this is going to happen right away or perfectly. But we are going to get it started. London to Edinburgh. We're supposed to get an express line going there. I don't even know if we can afford it yet. No. Okay. Well, wait and get some more capital together. We got the line built. We've got our factory. We're making progress. Time to get our London to Edinburgh express line going. This is what this entire game is all about, right? Who can go London to Scotland first? Okay. Let's get ourselves the Hulda. And we want to make sure it's nice and comfy. Dining car, mail car, caboose. Confirm. Okay. And we already have some passengers on this one. Okay. And let's ride this one for a while. There we go, all the way up to Edinburgh. It's just a one-line station, so we can do our express from London to Edinburgh, but the thing we should add right away, just due to the distance, is a maintenance depot. Absolutely going to need that when the train gets up here. And then let's try and pick a spot somewhere in the middle between London and... looks like we have one there, so good, at York, so we need one kind of in the middle here. And I think this is a good spot right here. And let's drop this little supply depot in right here before they go into the... Don't even have enough money yet. Oh, wow. Yeah, supply chain management, cash management, transportation management. It's all these things. Here's the city of York. Doing nicely. We probably need to get a maintenance depot in there too. We're transporting a lot of people from London up to York. It's part of this little task list we have right here. 640 passengers. And we got to boost the city of York up to 50,000 citizens, so a little ways to go there. Got some money in the bank. Let's go ahead and build our little supply depot here. I don't want to get all the way out here and find out there's nothing, you know? Let's go with right there. Okay. And then we can go back down here and see if we can find our train. It's going up to Edinburgh. Let's see here. An easy way to do this is just select the track it's on. London to Edinburgh. There you go, right there. And we can hitch a ride on this again. That. There we go. We can even speed it up. This is a full train to Edinburgh. So we might be able to get that express line here on this first run, hopefully. There's nothing else on this section of the track, so we should be just fine. In fact, we're almost there right now. Our first train into Edinburgh. This is a really good sign for our game here. Nice. Our first train into Scotland. Right. No maintenance required. How about that? Okay. Let's head back to London and see if we can get that express status. That'd be really good for our game. Let's see our see where we're at here. Yeah. December 1863, so we'd literally be 2 years early. Remember I said the earlier you can get your tasks done, the better you will do in the game. So that's happening now. Okay, I need to see if we have A train that just goes to Morgenstop to London. London Morgenstop. I don't think so. So we'll need to add that in. So our dairy can get going at some point. And the next little stretch we need to do is York over to Manchester. So let's drop some stations in there now. And of course Manchester, we've already got a competitor here, so we're going to have to squeeze in next to him. That could be difficult. We want to make sure we leave ourselves enough room to use all of the available tracks. And I think it's going to have to be something like that. Good, okay. And then we want to go over to Liverpool. And same thing. In fact, we could probably cut him out of the game a little bit here, if we get it in the right spot. Let's try this way. Okay, looks like it. Okay, so what we have to do first is hook up Manchester before we'll be allowed to do anything else. And so, when you have a situation like this, you have to make a decision. And we're not going to do our usual stretch 5 miles because the terrain, for one thing, and also our competitor is right there. So we're going to have to do a bridge over this. And then, how do you want to come in? Do you want to add in another set of rails? Do you want to just, you know, hook in here? There's two different ways to do it. You can add more tracks to your station. Of course, that's going to cost you. Or you can just hook into the tracks that are over there. And then, how do you want to, do you want it up on this end towards Scotland or more towards England? Because once you get going, are these cities going to go back down to London? Most likely. So, how do we want to handle this? Well, I think my choice is to go up here to this. And as you can see, we'll have to add in a track to start, to finish this out. We never did this, it's still a one track. And we'll have to go directional on this as well. So we'll go all the way up here, hook this in. Okay. And set your direction. Gridirons on both ends. And then down here at York. And then we'll be able to hook in Manchester. And we're just going to pull it all the way up to about, probably hook in about right here. Now don't worry about the fact that it's going the wrong way. We still have to pull the line up here and then get it over our competitor's line. So we'll do that now. Kind of like this. Don't worry about that. We'll fix that part here in a minute. This is actually a really good lesson on terrain and how you can do your track to get the lowest cost. Because look at it right now, 1.4 million. Oh my gosh. Certainly don't want to pay for that. And then there's just a lot of tunnel space here. So how are we going to do that? Well, as you can see, the terrain goes up, so it might be better to do that. And let's see what we can get this adjusted to here through this terrain. It's really difficult, isn't it? Yeah, we want to get over. Okay, down to 1 million. And then let's get back over here and straighten out this a little. I'm gonna say let's leave it right there because we're gonna have to redo this as well. Still have a lot of tunnels, moving a lot of earth. We don't particularly want that. Let's get this over here. He's got that lowlands there. Now let me show you all you do. Keep your cursor on that point and then just raise it up a little bit. Okay. Just like that. Okay. We're do the same thing here. Okay. Probably not so high. Okay. Alright, so we're going to do a tunnel under our competitor to come around. 293. Do you see how I did that? This was originally 1.5 million to build. But after doing some work along with the contours, not making it so deep, raising it in others, one tunnel. We could probably reduce the stretch of this tunnel as well if I wanted to and get the price down even more. Let's see if we can do that. We gotta be careful, or else we'll turn it into a bridge. Alright. Let's see here. About... Okay, 278. We're just gonna leave it like that. Sometimes you can overdo it. Alright, let's run some more trains so we can get the money to build that out. We just got our express line to Edinburgh, so that task has been accomplished. Really great work, guys. And it's a full train each time, so one passenger and a whole bunch of mail this time, which reminds me we should go into our research because there's something we should pick up in here. Okay, so first of all, precision components. This reduces the time your locomotives need maintenance. Let's grab that one. But then this one over here, mail sorting on the train. Okay, there's a mail car in there, and they do pre-sorting while you're in there. And then we also have this. Assembly line work increases the profit of all your factories. We don't have a lot of factories, and I think I'd rather get the consolidation engine coming up here. It's 280, so we don't need that much more to pick that up. And we could definitely use those engines coming up. Okay, London's still growing, not quite as fast. And we're about to pull a little trick on everybody here. Okay, so we are about to corner the market on cattle in Lower England. We've already picked up this property here at the O'Reilly train station. Next, we're going to pick this one up here, the Edwards Ranch by Manchester, and then afterwards this one here in Birmingham. Now, if you want to pick up these rural businesses, the best time to do it is before they have a train station. Once they have a train station and they can hook up to the markets, price goes way up. Look at this one right now, though. See, they have to walk these cattle to market. That's a long ways. And you also want to look here. Utilization, 50%, okay? This is the time to pick this up. $2.59. I'll take it. Okay, just like that. Now, God, nobody wanted this junk. Yeah, you do. When you're going to corner the market and you've got 1, 2, 3 cattle ranches around all of the biggest cities, you're going to do well, especially if you can pick up some of the meat industries. We've already got one here in Bristol. There's other ones we can pick up. Okay, let's see if we can get this one here. Okay, the Reese fattening. Okay, good. Seat utilization, 50%. They've got lots of stock on hand. How much? 300. Yeah, I'll pay a little more. It's okay. Okay. Oh, really? At that price, I might have taken it too. Yeah, because now we've cornered the market on cattle in North or Southern England. Okay? We are the owners. That's the beef. Alright, now that we own the cattle industry in England, let's hook up this line, Manchester to York. It's a little pricey, but we need this. And then let's go lay in a station here at Liverpool. Try and match it up with our station over there in Manchester. Now, notice the topography here. It's a little tricky. We don't want to get too far over here because we'll need to either go around the bay, most likely, or cut across one or the other over to Holyhead if we go over there. But we also need it to be in the flat area so we can run our tracks. So it's kind of right in the middle, it looks like. Let's get down close here to this factory. There you go. Okay. And then let's get that hooked up. Let's see how we're going to do this. I doubt that we're ever going to run 4 tracks over here, so we can probably just get away with not going the full 5 miles when we stretch out here. Gotta work the topography. Okay, see this huge bridge? Super expensive. Let's see if we can make that a little different. And I'm just gonna get this over here. And yeah, probably like this. But what we're gonna do is lower it. There we go. Much better. That went from 150,000 to 49,000 with that one move. So let's go ahead and give that a go. Okay. And then we'll wait on the Holyhead route. We've got some other things to do. What's important here is Liverpool and Manchester are both beef cities. Okay, they have beef industry. There's probably some logging over here we want to get. Holyhead's a beer, we could always incorporate that in. But both of those big cities are going to need our cattle industry. Yeehaw! That's good for us. Let's take a quick look at our task list here. Getting close to the next level. Okay, first of all, transport 640 passengers without changing trains from London to York. We're up to 483. So about 2/3 of the way on that one. And then this, reach 50,000 citizens in the city of York, currently 21,000. Okay, so let's take a quick look here of... Okay, so 60%, we're a little short on some things. What is that? Corn, wood, sugar. Okay, these are all the things we're going to need to grow this city. So let's take a look at where that is. The first thing is we should add in the rail between Manchester and York. And I'll explain why in just a minute. And let's do this section here from Liverpool over to Manchester. Okay. Because we all know these people are drinkers up here. They're going to need some beer. And one of the ways that we can grow York is to supply them with that. Okay. Let's get our directions going. And we got to do this one through the tunnel. Gridirons all the way around. And once we get York up to 40,000, we'll have an opportunity to put another industry in, and I'll show you which one I think is going to be great. Look at this. Apples, sugar, right over here. Okay. And so York's kind of in the middle of those two, and look what we can get into here. Right? Distilleries. Sugar and apples are the main ingredients. A little expensive, 660,000. But once we get into those second-tier cities, the ones over 50, 60,000, that becomes an important thing. People in England love to drink. And we'll have to supply them with that, yeah. Let's get a... Speaking of supplies, let's get ourselves something kind of in the middle here. I'm gonna say right about there. Okay, as I go through the tunnel. Okay. Then York is definitely going to need a maintenance depot at this point. There's going to be a lot of maintenance going on there. And then we should set up a couple lines. York to Manchester, York to Liverpool. York is going to need the beef. Okay, over here to Liverpool, let's do that one first. Oh, let's go back up here. We want class Fs on this. Alright, there's the one to York. To Liverpool. You know, the Beatles. Hell yeah. And then let's do our York to Manchester run. And again, class Fs. And there you go. I want to take a ride through the tunnel. That sounds fun to me. Alright, there goes the Liverpool line. We'll be right behind them over to Manchester. And again, this is going to help build the city of York. The more beer I can sell, the more people that will come to work in the factory, and then we still have to set up a line for the corn and the sugar and some of the other things that we're going to need to grow York. Alright, let's take a ride through the tunnel here. Hopefully. Not exactly what I expected. Maybe next time. Okay, here's our first load into Manchester. You can see our competitor there. Competitors help grow cities. They buy your products, they transport them. And eventually you buy your competitors, that makes you even more money. That's how you win. Railway Empire 2. Alright, let's see if we can go through the tunnel this time. Take a ride on this baby. Right back here where the engineer sits. What do you think? There we go. Yeah. Take a look at these guys, right? He's not too happy to have a visitor in his cab, right? Okay. I just want to ride through the tunnel, guys. That's all I care about. This would be a good time to mention our sponsors of 4 cities. DarlingMellow.com. Memorable gifts forever. DarlingMellow.com. See Reno TV. Sign up for the new whatever you want to call it. Yep, it's going to be, God, I hate to use the word newsletter. It's more than that. Sign up at crenotv.com. And of course, if you want to support the show, just head over to my website, my421.com. Alright, so we're going to get up here, and I don't think we're going to stop here at the supply depot. Just didn't go that far. And once we get over this, go into the tunnel. That's my favorite part. You're supposed to scream in the tunnel, right? Yeah. Okay, sorry. It's fun. Alright. We're going to pull into York here, unload the meat. Got a lot of it this time. And again, that's going to help the city grow. Alright, next, what do we need? Corn. Right here. And this is going to be just a simple line. Let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, I think we'll just do a really simple one. Now, we got to be careful. Let's check, because some of this does not have two-way track. So we'll have to add that in, maybe. Probably go the rest of the way on this, huh? And then we have to add this one. And we'll have to go back and add some direction and and some gridiron to get that all the way it needs to be. Okay, we've got our line set up all the way to Edinburgh now, so we're going to do two things. First, we're going to get our corn train going. Right here. Down to York. We need that to grow this. And it's going to be pretty simple. We're just doing class F. That's it. Gave me a little warning. I didn't quite see what that was. Kind of got the feeling it wasn't a turnaround. So we need to see where that is. No, that's fine. And York has it too, so yeah, I don't get what the warning was about. Doesn't matter. And then we're going to do an express back and forth between York and Edinburgh. So if you can pick up some passengers there on that one and do really well. Okay, so here is the place where we're missing a track. Okay, my mistake, my bad. Let's go ahead and set this up anyway. There we go. Alright, let's get back to the track here and see what's going on. Okay, what happened? This is not making any sense. Okay, no direction. That's the issue. There we go. Okay, all better. Okay. Well, now we just need to let the trains run and see what happens. I think we also need to get one more ingredient here. Sugar. Oh, and wood. Okay, so let's see what we already have hooked up. I think we may have a place with wood already hooked up. No? Because if not, then we're going to go over here to this little section over here where there's some wood over to Hollyhead or anywhere else. Otherwise, it's all the way down here at Johnston Rest. That's a long way to haul logs. So it's also the quickest. I'm gonna need logs for all three of these here, so I should probably just go ahead and do that. This is gonna be a little bit difficult here because of the terrain. Okay, so see where the train's gonna come across? To these two. So when you set your station up, you want it to be along those lines. Also, when you go over here to Hollyhead, you don't want to go up and down the mountain that much. So again, you want to try and follow the land contours to make this as easy as possible for your trains. Okay. And I think we can just go straight across here. It's going to be a little expensive because we have to build a bridge. Could always go around, but that's probably the easiest, even at that price. And let's see how much if we just go ahead, because when you do it that way, it can be cheaper. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that for now. Okay. And then let's see if we can get a line going. Then stop. Now watch this little trick. We're going to go York. Then from York, come back to Liverpool. Okay. And from here, you want to go down. You got to change this. Go over to Liverpool, and we want to set the max cars leaving to 0. Because once it goes back to Bennett Stop, we want to be able to fill it up with wood. So, there you go. Waiting for deployment. I wonder what's going on with that because there's only one. So why would we have to wait? Ah, it could be because of the one direction. Yep. Okay, so there's a train pulling into Liverpool. We still only have one track going on all the way out there. So it's just going to deploy once that train is out of the station in Liverpool. So there you go. Okay, and again, this is going to York. So we want a full load of logs to build that city up. A little lonely out here on the edge, huh? Cold, too. This is like the cold part of England before you get to cold part of Scotland. Okay, here we go. See how we just kind of went on the side of the mountain here so the terrain wasn't too rough on us? Yeah. Alright, we've got another task completed, and that's the 640 passengers, London to York. And so now we're just trying to get the city of York up to 50,000. We've got about 2.5 years to do that. So, I think this is a good place. We're out of time. Thanks for joining us here at 4 Cities. Next time we'll keep building up the city of York and then find out what our next section of tasks are. Way, build our way to Scotland. And the Flying Scotsman. Sounds like a ghost, huh?